It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're running it back with the two teams from Super Bowl 35. It's the New York Giants and the Baltimore Ravens. Coming up next.
Well, from a city that normally gets only about 20 inches of snow a year, they're getting a pretty good wallop right now as we're at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defense is really a focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
A short throw caught by Andrews. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here are the Giants now in great field position to start their initial drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now, to be consistent in all of his processes.
They'll go again with Tracy. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now Lock. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3rd down, here's Tracy. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Tracy trying the right side. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Block now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Catch made by Slayton. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Jackson, option right. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Locke gonna throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw it is Locke. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Tracy going to get it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. Throwing now is Locke. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. On the run is Tracy. Oh, good move. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Right back to Tracy. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Completes it to Aguilar. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action. Now Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line. In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Jackson now. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, Don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Henry is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The end result, 21 yards. They look to throw. It's locked. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Locke looks to throw it again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
He's got it. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Locke to throw. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. On to give, it's Tracy. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Locke. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll hand it to Tracy. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. In motion, Aguilar. Throwing is Jackson. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5.
The Giants' 8-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. In motion right is Aguilar. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw again is Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants offense and Drew Lock headed back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the return is Sims. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw caught by Flowers. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Off the option, here's Henry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Now Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's Tracy.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3rd down and 1. On the ground, here comes Tracy.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Oh, he sheds himself free.
Touchdown, Giants.
A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
To throw is Jackson.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.